Hmm. It says that I'm live, but I cannot see the video on my phone. Oh, seems it's here. Sound check 1 2 1 2. Sound check 1 2 1 2. Great. Good evening, everybody. It's 8:30 in Ukraine, and I decided to do the live because long time no see, and you know that we had energy issues, so power was really rare sign because we had just 2 3 4 hours per day for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. So you remember the time, and now, so the last few days, maybe even 3 days, we have no power outage at all. In the city, in the countryside. I know that some people in Ukraine and other regions still have this shutdown schedule, but as for our region, Kyiv region, Poltava region, it's a bit better right now. And some experts, they say that like power issues will be fixed, it will be solved in the nearest future, but of course it only depends on Russian attacks. As for the Russian attacks, last night there were 89 drones all over Ukraine and 40 drones above the Kyiv, and all the drones were shut down. 89 out of 89. And there were also one missile, and as far as I know, missile also was shut down because there are no, like, nobody mentioned about some damage or destruction, so probably all the targets were shut down, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but to be honest, like, can you imagine 100 drones, almost 100 drones all over Ukraine, and even in our region, about this area, like 2-3 kilometers, you can hear the sound of drone, this noisy sound during the night. So it was about 4 a.m. or 4:30 in the morning, and you can hear it clearly, like some motorbike in the sky. Yeah, I mentioned it a lot of times because this region, it's between Kharkiv region and Kyiv. So like the road for missiles, for drones, just about this area. But of course we use to this, and for many people it's like some sound of mosquito, not more, because, like, can you imagine almost 900 days in the war with almost daily attacks. And of course in the beginning it was scary every time, but nowadays it's like you're just regular normal life. But of course it's not normal at all. It's not normal when there are missiles, drones, when there are some danger. But yeah, unfortunately we have what we have. Let me check and read your comments. 152 people watching me. Hello everyone. Greeting from South Yorkshire Oblast in England. Hello there. Henry, Soferif, Knush Enterprise Ltd, Danny, Cohen Bloom from Belgium, Timothy, Ford, Mike, Sam, Dit, Connie, Gobind, Michael, Engineer, a lot of people. Antonio, Manoy, uh, uh, Deborah Moore. So glad you guys are okay. God bless you. Thanks a lot, Deborah Moore. Vika Spuri, привіт, привіт. Nuclear power. Nikas, on the one hand, I agree with you. I mean, like, it's so hard. It's like, there are a lot of discussions between Ukrainian people, Ukrainian society, between, like, let's say, one group of people and another group of people, because due to the recent polls, about 50% of people ready for some, let's say, talks, ready for some compromises, another 50% against that. And of course, first of all, you have to protect all of them, no matter like they against or they are for that. And being a president, being a politician in Ukraine, it's like when the half of your people love you and the half of your people don't like you, let's say. And fighting against Russia, of course, there are a lot of things that we can discuss, because I still do not understand what are they fighting for. You can say land, you can say resources, you can say maybe some ideology, idea. Of course, in my view, people from that side, most of them, they joined military and they signed the contract just only because of the money, because they offer a lot. They really offer a lot. Just yesterday, or maybe day before yesterday, they were announced and published that like for the first signing, when you sign the contract, your payment is up to $20,000 in Russia. And of course, that's why a lot of people have this idea to join, have this idea to go to another country with the weapon, to risk their life. So in my view, the only motivation is money. And as for the nukes, of course, Russia has it. Russia always mention it. They always, in the beginning, especially in the beginning, they always talked about, like, don't forget that we have nukes. But in my view, using nukes, it's like a one-way ticket, because if they will use it, like, there will be immediate reply, and in that case, probably that the whole world will be, I cannot say destroyed, but of course affected. And as for the Europe, I don't know what will happen to the Europe, and Europe including, like, the area including Russia, Ukraine, and other Western countries. So I don't think so that like fighting against a country that has nukes, it's like you lose immediately. You can see that we are fighting for almost 900 days, and maybe if we'll have better support, I mean, if we'll have some better decisions from world leaders, if we'll have some better pressure on Russia, we would stop them, and we could stop them. But now you see more and more conversations, and more times people, some world leaders, even our president, he says about some talks, he says that we cannot fight for unlimited time, we cannot fight forever, because we're losing people, we're losing infrastructure. And from one side, I completely agree with him, because for people who are far away from Ukraine, who live abroad, who watch it in the TV, who do not live in Ukraine and who do not live in the war for 900 days, it can be maybe you can be shocked that some people are ready for compromises. But living in such conditions, living in such emotional environment, living in the permanent risk, in the permanent danger, of course it's super hard. And some people will say you live in the paradise, and some other guys, they're fighting in the front lines. First of all, many of those guys yesterday, for example, they were here and they live in the same conditions, and tomorrow or day after tomorrow I can be there. And I completely understand that, because I'm staying in Ukraine, and I also have this not option, let's say chance, to be there. And of course it's also scary. You don't wanna die, you don't wanna let's say become some disabled person, lose your arm or leg. And nowadays there are a lot of people who returned back from the war without the leg, without the arm. And there are a lot of people on the streets in Kyiv, in some other big cities, and you still have some faith and beliefs that it will be over, as soon as possible. But of course I do understand that we have to reach some, let's say, not the level, maybe let's say level, where we at least have same conditions as Russia have. But of course this topic is so complicated, this topic, a lot of people speculate, a lot of people manipulate on this topic, and I do not like to talk about this topic to my audience, let's say to you, because some of you will agree with me, some of you will disagree and do not agree with my position. And that's why even now I see how people in the comments under some YouTube videos, especially under some international videos, I mean under some CNN, BBC, Deutsche Welle, where they fight with each other. And I do realize that we are so different, and for me it's okay to have different position, different view. I'm really liberal. I do not mind if you write something with what I do not agree, and it's okay for me. But of course I do realize that this topic is so let's say, viral is, and this topic makes people to fight between each other. It's not like fighting Ukrainian versus Russian. Yeah, it's like fighting like American versus American, or some European against American, and so on. But basically, I have so many thoughts in my head, which I just keep there, and never let's say, mention them, because like there is no sense when you are some um, small person in this big system. Like, we can just discuss it, but yeah, unfortunately, our thoughts, our opinions, they do not affect this or that matter. Like, only if we will unite, only it's like if we'll unite, and there will be millions of us. Okay, some philosophy. I don't know, let me go back to your comments. Mr. Question, please write to my email and I will share the address. Доброго вечора, Frank J. How available are solar panels in Ukraine? They are difficult to ship, is why I ask. John Enmert. They are very common right now. You can find them like on 100 places in Ukraine, and like this topic, solar panels, some power stations, it's very hyped, let's say, and that's why prices are crazy, because a lot of people wanna install solar panels, a lot of people wanna buy them, and there are a lot of offers, but price, it's like 2 times more or 3 times more if we will go back to the pre-war time. But they're available, and there is no issues with solar panels, like you can buy them. But is it effective? I mean, the time of, let's say, when they will, like, let's say, maybe benefit your money, because nowadays it can take like 6 or 7 years. So in my view, maybe it's better to buy some batteries. Like, there are litho batteries for let's say 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts, and maybe it will be enough, let's say, for 1 day in some safe mode, like without some like consumption, super consumable equipment. Because solar panels, yeah, it's super expensive to install, because it includes hybrid inverter, all these like wires, cables, some equipment to put it to the roof. So I don't even know. Of course, it's super interesting to install and to have at least like 1 or 2 panels, just to see if, like, just to see this feeling when you have some free electricity. But it's not free, because you pay a lot for them. 200 people, please guys, hit the like button. I see that there are 155, 164 likes. Yeah. I couldn't find a seller who will ship them. I'll do it myself. Stupid thing. There are a lot of people who sell it on OLX. This is our local website where you can buy or sell anything you want. Stop crying about the bad condition and think of all those in Ukraine had paid with their lives. You got no food, you got no water. Well, guess what? These Ukrainians are dead. Matthew 27:79. First of all, I'm not complaining. I'm just showing you what we have, and that's why you see, like, when you just start to say some sincere things, there are some people who will say, oh, like, you're crying, like, and there are so many people who is in worse condition. Of course, I do agree with you. There are a lot of people who are in worse conditions, or who even dead right now. But please, uh, I don't know this verb. I mean that the fact that me or my friend or my brother can be next, and you're my friend, you're far away from this, and you're not in Ukraine. Of course, there is nothing to complain. There is nothing to be worried about. But for me, for my friends, for my environment, of course, like, I have a lot of people who are, let's say, really scared, who are prefer to stay at home, like, who don't wanna go anywhere because they are really scared. And if you think that it's okay, it's not okay. It's absolutely not okay, because the effect, not effect, impact, the impact to your, let's say, nerve system, to your heart, to your brain, when you live in the constant stress every day. And that's why I also think that my generation and people who are like 10 years older or 10 years younger we will live less than people before, because we already live like 5 years in some constant stress, and the last 3 years in the constant danger. And when some people who many kilometers away say to me that do not complain about this, stop crying, like, I can only I can only can say, I just I don't want to say anything, because there is no sense. There is no sense, because if you wrote that, like, I do realize who are you, and there is no sense to even discuss this. Are the power inventors such as Blue EcoFlow a solution to the power issues, or are they not that good? Missel, Blue and EcoFlow, it's a great solution, but they are so expensive. I was checking just to check some power station, and 2 kilowatts. It's about in hryvnia it was more than $2,000, 2.5 maybe, $2.5 for 2 kilowatts, and it's only 2 kilowatts. And before, like, it was maybe 3 times cheaper. But nowadays, all the sellers, even the sellers in China, they increase the price every day. So I always check some goods on AliExpress, check batteries, power stations, just to check, to see the prices, and it just higher and higher every week, really. Paulo, just ignore the negative comments and don't read them. Ford Mustang, but it's so interesting just to reply a bit to some negative comments, and it's not negative. So that person just have some another view, or maybe the person knows better than me, so that person tries to teach me how to live in Ukraine in the war, when it's almost 3 years, and when there is danger everywhere. And of course, a lot of people, not a lot of people, I mean, and those people who write such stupid comments, they know better. Okay, just okay. Так, let me go and read your discussions, because I'm just talking to myself without interacting with you. Are you all live recording from Ukraine? Charlie Williams, what do you mean? Привітик, Павло, мирного вечора, мирного неба, все буде добре, дякую, Озігарч ТВ. Я відпочиваю більшу частину сьогоднішнього дня, слухав Христину Соловій, Френкі Джей. Listen to Христина Соловій, this is our Ukrainian singer, and yeah, she's quite good. Solar chargers are easy to send. The US Post Office has no problems ensuring delivery. John and Emmert, it's easy to send, but they are so expensive. If somebody wants to send me the solar charger or panel or power station from United States, of course, guys, please do that, because it's really like we need it. And you know, sometimes like I received this advertisement messages to my email from some Chinese companies where they offer some goods, like I mentioned that like some people offered some like electric bike, even power stations, but then they ask like, where are you from? And I replied, I'm from Ukraine. And they said like, oh, sorry, we do not deliver to Ukraine. But then they write me like, they take the email from my YouTube channel named Paulo from Ukraine, so they know that I'm from Ukraine, and they see that I film in Ukraine. But after that they just say, oh, sorry, we do not deliver there, and that's all. Yeah, unfortunately, because even electric bike, when we had times without gasoline, without opportunity to fill the car with the gasoline, like EV bike, it's quite good solution to go somewhere, to go to the city. But yeah, of course, now as for gasoline and gas, like propane, it's available everywhere on every station, but prices are so crazy, and we will have in like our government, they increase the tax to the gasoline. It will be starting from 1st of September, so every year we'll have higher tax on gasoline, and the price is already expensive, like it's about 60 hryvnia. So I remember that in one of my video, maybe half a year ago, maybe a bit more, it was during winter time. I filmed from gasoline station, and the price was there like 45 or 46 hryvnia per liter, and now it's like 58, 57, it's like close to 60, and starting from the 1st of September it will be like 62, 63, and it's really high. So probably we have the same price as you have in United States. Why so? I don't know. Basically, of course, all grocery is expensive now, and more expensive than it was before, because can you imagine, like, first of all, this energy issues. We have like generators in every store. There are issues with these big fridges or these freezers. So lot of goods, lot of grocery just like wasting, and especially some like milk production, meat, chocolate just like melts. And we had I've seen that we had even discounts, like 50% discounts on the chocolate bars, because they are, let's say, crumbled. They just not crumbled, but like they lost the form of the chocolate. Now it's just like melted chocolate, like hot chocolate. And same with the milk, sour cream, kefir, yogurts. And to to avoid it, all the supermarkets and grocery, they need generators, they need more batteries, and they buy it, and at the same time they increase the price. Same with the gasoline. Like gasoline is more expensive, everything is more expensive, because like you have to pay for this like delivery to supply all the stores. So yeah, everything is connected. Let me go back to the comments. English verb dear, English verb blocks. I need to figure out how to ship lithium batteries. John Emmert, as for lithium batteries, I know that it's it's possible to ship, but only through the ship, through the ferry, not via a method. Paula, can a single man live semi-comfortably in Ukraine for 30,000 hryvnia? So it's about $700. It depends on the area where you will live. Like if we'll take some big city, maybe it will be enough. It will be enough for the life, but not to save or to buy some, like to do some big purchases, like to buy the car or to even to save. Like having $700, it's possible to live a good life in the countryside if you have your own house. As for the big city like Kyiv or Odessa or Lviv, like rent price $300-400, and the same price for the grocery, then utility, then transportation, then some like daily spends, coffee, I don't know, some cafes or what do you like, but basically it will be enough. It will be enough, but you won't save. I mean, you will not be able to save some money. 743 is my monthly disability pension. Basically, it's enough. Are the parameters such as Bleta? I told that. Respect from Lithuania. Hello, Edges, Ukrainas. Paul, the home is looking good. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Don Baka. There are so many trolls in the internet. You sound perfectly rational. 1 or 2 panels are so called balcon system. They are cheap, but only for light and internet will be supported. But back your roof. You made more than your house will consume plus a battery. Horst, yeah, I do realize that. Like 1 or 2 panels. Like I checked some panels for 400 kilowatts, but let's say they give like 300 or 350 kilowatts, and during winter they give just like 30 or 40 oh, not kilowatts, sorry, watts, kilowatts, and during winter time only 30 or 40 watts. And of course during winter time it will be enough just to power this inverter, if you have inverter. But during summertime it will be enough basically for everything, excluding everything besides some like kettle or maybe microwave or this high consumption equipment. But it's really interesting to have at least 1 or 2 panels. We'll see. Of course, I have hopes that it will be better with electricity, with the power, but nobody knows. Let me go back. if you think he is crying, go live in Ukraine for 2 weeks and then report back. Missile. But for the foreigners, maybe like it's not so. Like you won't have the same feeling that we have, because nowadays it's not so massive. I mean, the attacks, the fear inside you, like it was the first year, like it was like 2 years ago. Because nowadays it's like in some cities it seems to be calm beside the air raid sirens. So if we'll take some western Ukraine, it also seems to be calm, right? But of course in Kyiv, in Odessa, in Kharkiv, where we have like attacks in Kyiv, they are a bit rare. In Kharkiv, like there are almost every day attacks, because it's like next to Russian border, south region, Kherson, Mykolaiv, next to the front lines. And can you imagine people who live just next to the front line, who have these sounds, explosions, like many times per day for 3 years? It seems that those people, they just do not react on that anymore. There were the video from Kharkiv where guys in the coffee shop, barista guys, there was heavy bang, like really some huge explosions near the building, shaked, and they just like making coffee like nothing happened. So it's really hard to discuss and to not to share, but to feel same what we feel. And maybe it's also because, like, for me this is my country, and for me, like, this is my future. I mean, I want my country to develop, I want my country to flourish, to become better and better. But now, can you imagine, like, everything is on the pause for 3 years. Already 3 years. Well, not like two and a half, but it's almost 3 years. And of course, like, emotionally it's really hard, because you just do not realize if it will it be over one day or not. Because, like, the war actually started in 2014 in the east, so it's 10 years, but the full scale started in 2022. Okay, let me I feel so, it's so unusual, like, to talk to myself in the darkness, but it really helps me to like, with my English, of course. But it's so funny to talk to no one. Jack is somewhere. Oh, I lost, so my cam lost me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry to those people whom I did not reply in the comments, because I basically just have this, let's say, stand up today. This stand up for you without reading the comments, without reading your comments so often, like usually. Do you at least have a large power bank to charge your phone? Yeah, Miss L. Of course, like, everybody has power banks. Jerry, hello, thanks for joining. We got inflation too, and said people just don't realize it. Inflation is everywhere, I guess. But, like, the reason why we really feel inflation, because basically all our grocery, all our utility bills, gasoline, even that gasoline, like, it's linked to the dollar. So if dollar higher, our national currency lower. and prices are higher in our national currency, and you feel it because you see the price tag. It was like 20 2 years ago, now it's 50. The same product, the same, let's say, milk, bag of milk, or the same bag of yogurt. Why bag? Because we have milk and yogurt in bags. I know that you guys have mostly it in bottles, but we have it in bags. Yeah, and of course for us, it's so uh, mm, not good. But it's funny that we like, uh, uh, like in that song, everything that do not kill us makes us only stronger and makes us feel alive. So it's so funny that we really able to survive in this, with these conditions, with these prices, inflations, attacks, drones, missiles, power outages, blackouts. It's really like, it's so good. It's, of course, it's not good experience, but when I was a kid and when I was talking to my grandma, of course, like my grandparents, they are they were born just like before the Second World War, and I had a lot of talks, not a lot of, but several talks with my grandma about those days. And later I just thought that, like, how is it possible that people were fighting instead of talking, instead of some like diplomatic solution, diplomatic talks. They were using weapon, killing each other, and I could never imagine that it will be our reality. Because for me, like, the war, it's like absurd. It's something from previous, let's say, era, when there were no, I don't know, were no so many things that give us some, let's say, make us to enjoy something, or I forgot this. Let's say, things that give us some groove, right? Nowadays, so many technologies like internet, games, super super fast cars, super smart computers, cell phones, like some copters. There are so many things, like, where you can entertain yourself, like, and of course, even me, I do remember, like, in my childhood, the only way to entertain yourself, it was like going outside to play with the ball, playing some hide and seek games, playing card, playing with some stickers, and then only in, let's say, 2005, 2006, some first cell phones with some games, like, you remember in Nokia Snake game, and it was something new. There was so many impressions. And now, like, there are like the big variety of everything. Like, every person will find how to reach this, let's say, how to satisfy themselves. But no, some people, they are still live in that era, and they still believe that they can solve, or they can prove someone to that they can prove someone using this like military way. killing people, destroying buildings, destroying nature, destroying each other, and the reason, like, absurd. Like, I told you that I still do not understand, like, the goals, Russian goals. Like, there is no goal. There are no goals. They always changed. It's like, you remember that maybe somebody watched the interview of Tucker Carlson with Putin, and then he had interview on YouTube. I don't know I don't remember with whom, but he said, "So did you understand the reasons why Putin started this war?" And Putin answered him like about denazification, right? And like denazification, demilitarization, decommunization. So it seems that like this is made up words that Putin made up. So like when it was the first day when we of course in the morning I watched his speech about starting this how he says special military operation and his goals, and I'm just saying, what the heck, like what are they mean? And now it's still like there is no answer. There is no answer. 61 minutes. I know, guys, that it's dark here. Maybe I can. Hitler Thompson Paulo, continue to tell us how you're feeling. You and your entire country are living under sustained stress. I imagine that after the war is over, there will be a social PTSD in Ukraine. Hitler Thompson, by the way, you know that there are a lot of cases that happened recently. Some suicide. So people jumped from some high-story buildings. That in a lot of cases, and it's really not. I cannot say like popular, but they are mostly among some younger generation, and I don't know the reason. Maybe like one time there was really popular some game in the internet where the young people, I mean some teenagers, they received some tasks from administrator, and they have to do that task to, I don't know, to achieve something or to receive something, and in the end there was some like suicide. It was maybe like 5 years ago or 4 years ago. But nowadays, again, these cases, they really happen not often, but like every month we see that in news. Jack is here. Jack, ты знаешь, что у меня тут трансляция? Что ты чешешься? How is the weather? It's the night. It's 9:30. You mean Zelensky refused to corrupt to help Trump, refused given the blackmail, get out of Ukraine, watching from Chile, South America. Hello, Christian. Putin started the war because he could and was confident nobody would stop him. Oops, he didn't work out that way he expected. Don Baka, by the way, yes. I also not like agree, but I also have such an idea, because in 2014 when Putin annexed Crimea, like nobody said something, right? Like nobody said that like it's bad or it's good. Like nobody reacted. So he understood that, oh, maybe I will do it again, but next time I will do that with the like big amount of some military equipment, with 1,000 army and so on. PTSD, maybe PTSD, Donbaka, I have to check what's that mean, PTSD. I remember this word. Is it 21, 20? It's 21, 28. Mosquitoes, yeah, we have a bit, but not so many like it was months ago. I'm not here to hear about Trump. Hell no to Marcus. We wish you about the best from our farm in Pennsylvania, USA. Thanks, Pirates Workshop. Biden, Trump, Kamala. Yeah, I also read articles about that, read news about that. But it's so far away. That's why I've never talked about it. I can talk about like your elections or your candidates or your current president only from my perspective, of their perspective, how they react to the war in Ukraine, what are they doing, and so on. But of course I do realize that like your country is so much bigger than Ukraine, and you have so many problems, so many inner issues that you want to be improved or solved. Elections, November, less than 100 days. Recent polls showed that Kamala has a bit more support, right? Like maybe 2% more. And the nephew of this Trump recently appeared. I also saw this news, who said that he will vote for Kamala. But of course, guys, it's like your country, your elections, so that's why it's not up to me to discuss and to talk about it. But of course, like for me and for Ukrainians, Ukraine and our issues is problem number one. It's like on the top. But I do realize that it's so connected and linked to you, I mean to United States and to European countries as well. And of course, for me, I'd like our country to be completely independent and to be able to make decisions by itself without like somebody who give orders from somewhere, or who come here like one time per year and tell us what to do. But I do realize that like having some alliance or some union, right? It helps us to at least survive and to fight with such a big country as Russia. But what is the outcome and what is the price for all of that? I don't know, and I cannot predict that, and I don't want predict that. Друже, підсі на ваш канал, дуже цікава плюс людині, яка намагається вчити англійську, дуже заходить. Дякую, альфа-бета. Я сам намагаюся вчити англійську. Бачите, я тут і навчаю, точніше вчу, і at the same time practice. Не все так просто, але, блін, да. Англійська це круто, тому треба вчити. Як недавно хтось сказав, що англійська це вже 50% від твого результату, від того, що ти станеш успішною людиною. So yeah. There is some fellow that said that he he watched our channel and it helps him to improve his English or to study, to learn something new. Okay, where's the light? Why we do not have light? So maybe I will turn on the light, or maybe I will go. Will go where? Cause it's warm outside. Jack, сиди тут, будь ласка. Так, 1 second. Джек, привіт. Що ти скажеш людям? So he sniffed you. Oh, really good to see you ignore the trolls and nasty comments. You are doing such an important job talking about Ukraine and your situation. Thanks, Kielberg. My face is a bit orange, so I will stand here. Beautiful skies. I feel the same about Ukraine. We have really poked our nose into your business, Steven. I know what you feel, Steven. No, guys, I know Steven, so do not think that like it's some random person. Most Americans have never been to Ukraine. If you had, you would be standing with Ukraine even more. I love Ukraine. I would have been back many times if not for the war. Poland is a flashlight. I already turned on the light. Or an oil lamp. Oil lamp. By the way, maybe we have somewhere oil lamp. Dutchik have a little pool to keep cool on hot summer days. He has Tazik. Я не знаю, куда тазик. He has his small pool, like a jar. Not the jar, the borel, right? Borel. You have this word, borel. And there is the river, not far, like about maybe 5 minute walk. Where is your Kong? Kong is somewhere on the territory. Bowl? Yeah, huge bowl. Like, how do you call huge bowls? Maybe, let's say, 25 liters or 30 liters. How do you feel about Ukraine giving territory for peace? Are most Ukrainians willing to cede land to Russia if it means some form of peace? Jeremy King, we had the poll. I mean, of course, these polls, I don't know whom are they asking, from where they have these answers, but it was like maybe a week ago or 5 days ago, and it was about exactly this matter. Like, are you willing to give up the territory? And as far as I remember, it was about like 45 or 46, up to 50% of people who don't mind. In the real life, of course, like it's really hard to answer on the behalf of the whole nation, and it's better to the best way to feel, like not to feel, the best way to understand the real situation, to see what our people think, is just to read some comments below the videos or below some posts in Telegram. There is translator, so you can read and see how people react on any new news. In my view, like in my view, it's better to skip this question. Are the blackouts still bad? Do you have anything to charge? Laptop, flashlight when power is out, generator, solar panels, meds? We have generator and we have like several power banks. As for blackouts, they are not so often like it was a week ago. So for the last 3 days, we have the electricity and there was no uh, outage, so it's better now. But of course, maybe it's because the weather, the temperature is lower. It was almost 100 Fahrenheit 2 weeks ago, and now it's about like 75, 80. And some energy station, they were also fixed, like they were, yeah, fixed. As for panels, we do not have solar panels. PTSD, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. Thanks, Jerry. Probably, yeah, those people who jumped from the high-story buildings, maybe they have this, not issue, but this symptom. Kish, mosquitoes. Post-traumatic stress. A lot of uninformed trolls. Adam Rounds. Really good to see. Ignore the booking talk. Price is already too high. So it's like a kiddie pool, good for Jack. Maybe it's like a kiddie pool. Your answers may surprise you, like it or not. Like Trump and Putin have the same mindset, so believe me, you would be better off with Kamala Harris. But yeah, but what does it mean, like better off? Like, what is better for you guys? Because you know, like our better, uh, maybe it's different. Because in my view, like Ukraine, we are not able to fight another 2 3 years because there are a lot of reasons why. I will not like I will not name them right now, but there are a lot of reasons why it's not possible for us and for our country, for our economy, for our people. You can imagine that we already, I can't say lost, but a lot of people, up to 10 million people, fled from Ukraine. A lot of people, like thousands of people, are running from Ukraine every day, and it cannot go like another 2 3 years. It cannot go even 1 year more, because in that case, I don't know what will happen to our country. And maybe some of you will think that, Pablo, what are you talking about? But guys, it's not so сказочно. Like, it's not the fairy tale. It's not the fairy tale, like you know, like the everyday here, like it's only worse and worse. I mean, our economy, our infrastructure, our energy infrastructure, the amount of the people who stay in Ukraine and who have desire to stay in Ukraine, because more and more people have desire to leave because they do not see future. They do not see good future here, and there are a lot of reasons why it's like it's impossible. But of course, like I'm just a small person in this big system, but I just share what I think. I can see a deal where Luhansk, Donetsk City, and the lands east and south of them, which have been controlled by separatists, will be given autonomy, but they won't be allowed to Crimea or other parts. Donbaka, like you know, there are a lot of scenarios, a lot of options that could be possible, but I don't know. I don't know what will happen. Russia will rest up, build up, come back for more. Cheryl, everything is possible, but we also can rest up, build up, and go back for more. Um, I often read some Russian articles. I often watch some Russian, let's say, news. What are they think about some peace talks or freezing the war, ceasefire? They have absolutely the same ideas. Like we can rest up and just reaccumulate our reserves, and we have absolutely the same idea about them. And we do not believe them, they do not believe us. And how how to stop it? How? If nobody believes each other, if nobody don't want to go on some compromises, it's really hard to find some way to stop it in this case. Ukraine is still a young country, brother. There are many of those who had no choice but to flee, plan on returning home after the blue and yellow war victories. Frankie J. Yeah, but look, when you stay somewhere for 3 years, 4 years, that place become your second home. And let's be honest, like I have a lot of friends who are abroad, and I have like almost zero of them who wanna go back, even in the future, even in the peacetime. But of course, like I didn't say that like there are no people who wanna come back, but it's unfortunately less, maybe even the less than the half. And can you imagine, like we live in the country where borders are closed for men almost for 3 years, and if the war stopped, like everyone will go abroad. And like if you think that people who is here and who is staying here for 3 years don't want to go abroad, don't want to go travel, or don't want to go somewhere, like me, Luba, we had this, like, let's say, dream to travel, to go somewhere, but it's just impossible. And of course, like, if you think that I do not have not even dream, but I don't want to go somewhere, of course I do want. I do want, because before the war we had COVID, so it's like 5 years without opportunity to go somewhere. And you feel this pressure, of course you feel this pressure emotionally, that you have no option to go somewhere. And this pressure, it's really noticeable, and among a lot of people. What is your email? I want to send you something. Mr. Question. I am Paula from Ukraine, gmail.com. I am Paula from Ukraine, gmail.com. I will live in Ukraine forever. Homie, are you Ukrainian or not? I understand, brother, people have those intentions, but when you come to places in the West and ingest, it becomes familiar. I have Ukrainian friends who are now here in the US as well as Europe. Bookie C, I also have a lot of friends who in US, in Canada, in European countries, and they are happy that they are there. I think Paula here is to discuss life in Ukraine, not international politics, focusing on the US. Marcus, exactly, because like it's not like Paulo from United States, it's Paulo from Ukraine. So for me, it's better to to answer questions about Ukraine, about our life here, sharing to you our challenges, our experience. I would rather live in Ukraine than USA. I'm so happy I'm Ukraine. Uh, Homie, yeah, like United States, USA is so expensive. Like having 5 grand in the United States is nothing, as far as I understood from the videos of people who immigrated there. But having like 5,000 in Ukraine, like it's more than enough to be wealthy person, to save and buy some apartment, to save and buy the car, to grow up your kids and have opportunity uh, to go to some private school or to send them abroad. But in the United States, like it's nothing, right? Maybe it's not nothing, but if you have the family, 1 or 2 kids, 5,000, you can write in the comments, is it enough or not? Show dope music, 5,000 is nothing. Probably a lot of people fled Poland and the Baltic states when the Soviet Union collapsed for opportunity in West, but they have been the most successful EU countries now. People returned. Donbaka, yeah, I know that the Baltic states, of course, they really developed a lot, and they are super, like you said, successful European countries. Donbaka, but even if we will talk about European Union, no one, we have just these talks that, like not, we have these talks, but we are asking to join them, but European Union just refusing, and it's already like a lot of years, right? Of course, we became the candidate just last year, but we have this like talks about European Union for more than 10 years. So it started from 2014. Of course, like I am for that Ukraine to be super developed country and flourish after the war, because it's like it's impossible to, let's say, to lose every day, and to lose completely everything: people, infrastructure, funds, some factories, some power plants. I don't know, like maybe you've seen like the amount of how many money we already lost. It's like trillions of dollars in our loans, and we need another billions for the next year to be able to pay for the salaries, for some pensions. Oh, so it's not so. Так, you're right. Yes, 5k is nothing. Your rent or mortgage can be 5k a month. Takes a lot of money to live in the United States, believe it. Is not that much in EU, but you can live with 2-3 months with it. Ukraine is a lot cheaper than USA. Of course, it's a lot cheaper, but of course, our salaries, our the way where you can earn, and like some job opportunities, they are not like in the US. I have no doubt my monthly salary benefits would do just fine living in Ukraine. Hell, but I bet my quality of life and opportunities would flourish. Mm, exactly. You can, mm, you'll be able to really have some healthy life, buying some, I don't know, premium grocery, eating some mm, healthy food, visiting some healthy cafes. But if you're like on the other side, you can drink like some cheap alcohol, but with the same quality. You can have some good rest, maybe even with the better quality, and it's much cheaper here. Так. If you need a motivational pep talk, I can tell you that I can tell you that our amazing Paula. Homie, what do you mean? I wouldn't. I know what is pep talk. Motivational about what? I know he's back in Kyiv, a little bit on the road from his old spot. America is 35 trillion in debt. People here can't afford to buy food, pay rent, or buy gas for their cars. Red Ram. Yeah, but you have no war. There are no missiles, there are no drones, there are no sirens. And by the way, this 35 trillion debt, I still do not understand whom you owe this money. Like, if you are printing this money, whom you owe this money, right? Hey bro, what's your comfort food during these tough times? Stay strong, love from Wisconsin. Tokobun or Tokobin? Hello there, thanks for your question. Comfort food, like, it was so hot, so basically our main meal is just water. no, of course it's not just water, but usually we eat just some like chicken fillet with some veggies. I also eat some boiled eggs or fried eggs, or some cottage cheese, some milk with buckwheat, or some noodles. I mean, usually I try to have like healthy, fit diet, especially during summertime. So basically we have chicken fillet, eggs, milk, veggies, tomatoes, cucumbers, some cabbage, sometimes some snacks or sweets, but generally, yeah, that's all. So it seems like anywhere, if you want to stay fit, you have to eat enough of protein, less of carb. I forgot. I forgot the word. Углеводы. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Yeah, and a bit of fat. Okay, it's not about fitness here. Hi guys, best wishes from Australia. Hello, Trisco 1668. Still, it's not like to see new members in the EU right now. Bad news for Ukraine, Bosnia, Moldova, and North Macedonia. It will not happen for as long as a single member a state can veto it. Andrei Ostrovsky. Yeah, I know that. And I know that several countries against our joining. I hope we will have a positive motivational talk. You're great. Homie, it's about me. I hope so, homie. I'm already happy, yeah? Like, there is nothing to complain about, like, beside the war, beside this war. But yeah, it's not so easy even for the men, even not in the military, not on the front line, but it's even like, even be civilian, it's really stressful. to be here. But it's okay. It's okay. It's late, Pablo. It's late. Yeah, I know. So maybe 3 minutes more. It's so cool to talk, to speak English. Me too, but haven't you seen that they are experiencing Trino water heat in the winter? It's cold there. I've been there. I have friends there. I would agree with you, if not the war. Does she make cold green borscht? Who is she? Much love from Slovakia. Hope to see you in NATO and your EU. Thank you, Pavel Ikova. Pavel? Pavlo? Pavlo. Keep safe. Thanks, Chase. Alright, guys. I think it's almost 10, so it's pretty enough for me for today. Thanks to Bukasi for joining my membership. I'm sorry if I didn't reply to some of your question or didn't see your comment, but it was good. It was good to see you guys here, and it was good to have this conversation, this talk to you, or with you. I don't know, with you, to you. I what I I lost my thought. I want to do these lives more often, but unfortunately some circumstances didn't give me this possibility, because every time when I had desire to do the live, we had power off. We have this cut off. But now it's like the third day without outage, so yeah, it was really good to talk to you. Unfortunately, without seeing you. Krusha Devote, please 10 minutes more conversation. 10 minutes more. You see, like my cam right in front of my face. 10 minutes more. Basically, I can do even like 1 hour more, but I need some topic, and better if this topic will be about something good, but it's like discussing this stuff makes me a bit stressful. Take care, Paul and Luba and Jack. Stay positive and always keep a smile on your face even when the things look dark. Excellent, sends love to all of you. Thanks, Miss We Lassie. Homie, I have a topic. Okay, please write me your topic and I will see. Get some rest, Bookie C. I will. It's only 10. It's only 10 p.m. So usually we go at 12. So it's like 2 more hours. Homie, I have a topic. Hedgehogs. You wanna talk about hedgehogs? Anti-tank or regular hedgehogs? Hi from Australia, it's 3 hours here. Hello, Zine. Mosquitoes will devour Paulo. Yeah, maybe please check your email. Mister, I will do that after the stream. Paulo for the president. You know, like, I do realize how hard to be our president, so not this time. When is the last time you guys took the Soviet Jeep out for a ride? Maybe a week ago, about 10 days ago. Together with Jack, we went to our local river. So it was about 10 days. In US, hedgehog sells for $150. You can buy hedgehogs in the United States for $150. Why do you need hedgehogs? Like, what's the sense of having hedgehogs? We have a lot of hedgehogs free. Like, they are everywhere, especially during the night, so you can see them on the roads, near some fence, in the bushes. Mark, your excellent English will help you stay strong. Thanks, Mark. And the tank regular will keep that sense of humor, Paul. You know, like there are so many like new words I discovered. Even these hedgehogs. Like when I was filming my video just in the beginning of the war, and I was in Kyiv, there were a lot of anti-tank hedgehogs, and like it was interesting. Like how do you call them? And they see hedgehogs and like same as regular hedgehog. And basically, this word hedgehog, it's so unusual to say this sounds for Ukrainian. Hedgehogs all over Ukraine, and yes, the pet stores charge $150. Yeah, but what is the sense of having hedgehog? I never saw a hedgehog until I went to Ukraine for the first time. Like raccoons for us in US, and guys, you have a bit weird, not passion, but like you like some unusual stuff that we do not like. That is uncommon here, like hedgehogs, like those raccoons, right? We have dogs, we have cats, we also have some chickens, ducks as domestic animals. Elderly people have cows, pigs, but basically more and more people my generation they really like dogs. So in the big cities you can see a lot of couples outside with some tiny dog, not like our Jack who is huge and who is sleeping here. Jack, а ну скажи щось. Передай привет. Say hi. Hi people. Hi Jack. Hi Jack. Yeah, I know that hi Jack means a bit different sense, has a bit different sense. That I have a lot of hedgehogs in my garden. I did have one come into my kitchen once drinking water from the cat's bowl. We have also a lot of hedgehogs here. We need hedgehogs here to slow crazy traffic down. By the way, in Ukraine, did you hear that? Wild ducks were flying. Do a lot of people smoke weed in Ukraine? Such an interesting question. So basically, we do not have such information anywhere. We do not have such polls. Recently, medical weed was like became legal in Ukraine. Medical weed, like weed in medical purposes. As for regular weed, I have no information about like how many people smoke, but it's illegal. Maybe it's not illegal to smoke, but it's definitely illegal to grow and to sell. That sounded like geese flying over. Maybe geese. Maybe ducks. What did Paulo hear? Yes, geese. Maybe geese. Hedgehogs are fantastic. Sweden, we used to save hedgehogs before celebrating Swedish midsummer fire. The hedgehogs hide among the branches, so we have to save them. So unusual. So unusual. What about our unusual habits? I don't even know. Mm, it seems that everything is so usual for many of you. Homie, Paul, your English is very good. I found no one speaks English in my Ukraine except you and my Ukrainian wife. No, homie, a lot of people speak English in Ukraine, but of course, uh, they are just, let's say, offline, because just a few people, let's say, uh, have YouTube channels. Of course, like there are a lot of Ukrainian YouTube channels nowadays of Ukrainians, but like before the war, there were just like several channels, several people, but on the streets, like it's really, let's say, not common, but it's also like viral to know English. There are a lot of English classes, tutors, some English schools. So it's like hype topic English in Ukraine, and you have this English signs everywhere, not in the stores, but like street names, in the subway, on the some bus station, like everywhere. So it's not only me and your wife. Hi to your wife, привет. Okay, guys, I think it's enough because it's too dark. I made it 2 weeks in Kyiv and Lviv, not speaking a word of Russian, Ukrainian. Kevin, is it you? No? Buki. Buki C. Because I know the person who recently was in Ukraine and in Kyiv and Lviv. Anyway, I can practice American English for free anytime you want. I'm retired with American pension. I'm here to help Ukrainians. Holme, thanks a lot for your offer. By the way, I had several lessons with my subscribers, but it was almost a year ago. Like in the beginning when the war just started, there was so many people like who offered, Paulo, like we can help you with English, we can have some lessons. Of course, now also a lot of people, but like English, we have to have some plan how to improve it, how to like some plan how to reach some high level of speaking English. But I know, like the more I talk, it's easier to me because my brain like switch to English instead of thinking in Ukrainian, I think in English, and it's like you just freestyle without any stops. But when you speak Ukrainian like 24/7 without this breaks for speaking English, it's really hard. But now, like after 1.5 hours, it's just like super easy, super easy. Paulo from Ukraine, does your family speak Russian or Ukrainian at home? Everyone I know there speaks Russian. Buki, I was born in Ukrainian speaking family, and my family has been speaking Ukrainian like since they're born in, I guess. Uh, I mentioned this fact a lot of times. So I was born in Ukrainian speaking family, but when I was at school or in college, university, basically, let's say 80% of people spoke Russian and only 20% of people spoke Ukrainian. Um, Nowadays, like it's maybe 60 versus 40. Like 60% of people speak Ukrainian and 40 speak Russian. But of course, it's everywhere is different. Like it depends on the region, eastern or western, southern or northern. Like in big cities, I don't know why, but there are still a lot of people who speak Russian. In some countrysides, mostly everyone speaks Ukrainian. But I have to say that all Ukrainians let's say like 99%, we are bilingual, so we know perfectly both languages, Ukrainian and Russian. So we can understand them perfectly, and basically, like everybody can speak. But the reason why, for some people, like it's so hard or unusual because they never use this language like in real life. So they heard it, they somebody used it, but not in a daily life. Like I mean, every day, 24/7. But yeah, you have to understand that we are bilingual, and both languages are, let's say, like native languages for us. I mean, we know them perfectly, even without learning, because like it was around us, like my environment. So I had some Russian languages at school when I was at school, but it was like some grammar, right? How to write some words, but like Jack woke up. But I've never mm, like used it, let's say for some uh, like for my work, for example, because nowadays English is more common, and you need English more than any language here. When I speak English, I also have to switch my thinking to English. I attend English classes for 4 years in high school and then 4 semesters at the university. Andrei Ostrovsky, yeah, it seems like every non-native have it. Do the Lemko people have their own language or dialects? What is Lemko? But you speak Russian with your parents. Charlie Kim, no. We speak Ukrainian. Because sometimes maybe you can heard some Russian words, but it's like the way we speak Ukrainian. So it's mostly like surjik. But it's not like Russian. It's like, it's not a dialect. It's just some words that you do not know in English, in Ukrainian. You just use some common words, and it can be Russian or Belarusian or Ukrainian. So this language question is really like, it's hard to explain when you are not here, where you do not have such experience. Mixed with languages, it's called surjik. Yeah, I'm afraid the mosquitoes are going to eat Paolo alive tonight. It's okay. Paolo, that's what makes it tough for us English speakers. Which one should we learn? I'm going for Ukrainian. Hello, Beverly. Beverly Petout. Thanks for joining. Bookie C. If you would like just to come to travel, like, there is no sense even to learn Ukrainian because you can use English everywhere. There are so many people who understand English, and there are like translator in your phone, so there is no like issues in cafes, in grocery. Iron Curtain to again. That's, it's G, not G. Yeah, we do not have, no, we have G, like joystick. It's like controller joystick. You have joystick, and we say G instead. G. G. Bjola, B. Bjola. I have a Ukrainian partner. There are other job opportunity for people who don't speak Ukrainian. Yes, in some English companies, I mean English-speaking companies, American companies, European companies, there are a lot of people, a lot of companies where they need some native speakers. Hello, Paul, Lubert, Jerry and Terry came from Cape May, New Jersey. Hello, Jerry and Terry. Lemka is a culture of people of Western Ukraine around the Lviv region. I don't know about Lemka people. Is there more Belarusian Ukrainian spoken in Kyiv and more Russian in Odessa? There is zero Belarusian. It's only like Ukrainian and Russian. And as for Odessa, like it's southern, it's closer to Russia, so that's why like a lot of people still speak Russian and always been speaking Russian there. Same in Kiev, like in the big cities. I don't know why it was so common to speak Russian. Yes, but you need to be able to read sign, etc. I didn't see many in English, but that was in 2020. You mean street signs or in the grocery? As a native speaker of Polish, I can share with you the most of time I can make sense of people speaking Ukrainian. Not, and Andrei, same here. I met like Polish people in Ukraine, Poles, right? Is it correct to say Poles in Ukraine? And I also understand like 70%. Like if you will say me some sentence, I can understand the sense of that sentence. But of course, like some words, they are not familiar to me. But some words are very familiar. Yes, any sign. I use Google Translation constantly. It depends maybe on the city. Like in Kyiv, there are a lot of English signs nowadays. Been to just about European countries, so far Ukraine is far the coolest. Been to just about. UB All Country Club Network. Have you been to Ukraine too? Okay, guys, hold me. I hope you satisfied. Another 10 minutes passed. It's even 20 minutes past, so maybe it's time for me to end this live. So why I'm watching not into the cam, like into your eyes, because I have the cell phone here and I read your comments, so that's why. Okay, my friends, thanks a lot for sharing your time with me, for having this wonderful life. You know, like I really feel better right now because like the limit of my words, I used it. I mean, I finally talked to someone in English. Okay, guys. So you'll be all country club. If you'll be in Ukraine for weeks, you can write me one day to my email or better to my email, because yeah, unfortunately I don't know where I will be in 4 weeks. Ukrainian is closer to Polish, maybe 60-40 compared to Russian 40-60. Probably, Cheryl, probably. Because, you know, like, it's closer, like, the way how our word sounds is closer to Polish. But there are also a lot of words that are, like, completely similar to Russian. Kirovograd, it's so far. Hello, big fan from USA, Rock YYZ. I can imagine how it will be to live in Ukraine right now. God bless. I hope you all stay safe. Thanks a lot, Rock. Unfortunately, I will be and finishing this stream because it's already, I don't know how many minutes. Like a lot. I guess a lot. Yeah, so guys, thanks a lot for being with me and have a good day or a good night. And I'll see you very, very soon. Thomas Haug, good night. Miss Velasi, good night. Face Razor, good night. Dobry ночи, Frankie J. Dobry ночи. Sweet dreams, guys, or a good day.